Okay guys, so this question is talking about simplifying a sum or difference of two univariate polynomials. And you guys are probably looking at that topic name and like, what? What does that mean? So I'm going to break it down for you real quick just so you guys are like, oh, this probably isn't all that bad, because it's really not. So univariate is talking about variables. That's where that variate part comes from. But uni meaning one, meaning there is only one variable, one letter in this, and they're all t, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. And polynomials are just terms, of multiple terms in an expression, an equation. So these are all your terms. So this is just saying adding or simplifying, so solving a addition or subtraction problem with a letter, with lots of letters and numbers. That's it. So when you think about it like that and not as what it says, it's a lot easier on your brain as to thinking about what you're actually doing. So before we really get into this, I want you to remember the distributive property, okay? Because if you think about the distributive property, this will make your life a lot easier, okay? So once we get into this, let's just jump into it. So I have, in parentheses, negative 6t squared plus 5t minus 4, okay, minus t squared plus 2t plus 7, okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and highlight this in one color, and then this in another color. Notice that I highlighted that negative sign. That's going to be important. So, essentially, you are combining these two things. Now remember, this said the topic of this is simplifying a sum or difference. So this is addition or subtraction. Okay, and you're like, what do I do that or do with that? It's going to make sense in a second. So before you really get into this, you need to remember our best friend, PEMDAS, order of operations. Okay, now you have parentheses, okay? There's nothing in this parentheses that can be simplified because I have t squared, t, and a number, right? So none of these things can be combined together. Let me highlight back over that for you. And this guy has t squared plus 2t plus 7. Okay, so those things can be put together. Now, you have this fun dude over here that's going to mess y'all up. This negative is going to destroy you guys. If I don't talk about it, you're going to be like, I don't understand. If there is a negative, right, even if there's a positive, and let's just say this is x, right, whatever is on the inside of the parentheses, there is an imaginary 1 there, okay? Now, if I say 1, if there's anything there, it's technically 1 times whatever there. Now, if I have a positive, that imaginary 1 is being multiplied by what's ever in here, and it really looks just the same as what comes out, okay? Now, if I do negative 1 times this, everything on this opposite side, the sign changes to the opposite of what's already there. And that is what's happening in this. So technically, this negative that's right here is telling you to change the sign of everything that is in that set of parentheses. So this is technically the m in multiplication that is the distributive property. I know I just confused someone, but it's okay. I'm going to explain it to you. So I'm just going to show y'all real quick how to do this. So you have to distribute this negative into each one of these things here. So negative t squared minus 2t minus 7. Now, you're not just throwing minuses in there. You are actually switching the sign of whatever's there. So if this was a negative, if this was negative 2t, and you multiplied the negative times the negative, that would become positive. But we're not going to get into that right now. Okay. So this is that part right there. So you have now distributed that out. So I now have 6t squared plus 5t minus 4. Okay, so keeping that in mind, we're going to start the simplifying part of this question. So I have negative 6t, and I could only, negative 6t squared, and I can only combine that with a t squared. So I have negative 6 minus t is negative 7, because technically that's a 1, negative 7 t squared. Okay, and then I have 5t and negative 2t, and these are the same because it's just t, right? It's not t squared like these guys. So 5t minus 2t is 3t. Okay, and then my last guy are just numbers, negative 4 and negative 7, and together those are negative 11. This is your answer. Okay, now I saw this little guy. So this was the first explanation that they gave because I wanted to see what this other second one is. And there's another way to think of this question if you need the help. So I'm just going to write this out real quick and say, if you really want to think about this as a sum or a difference, you can really just take this question, right, and say negative 6t squared plus 5t minus 4, right? And then you can set it up as a subtraction problem. T squared plus 2t plus 7. Okay. Now when you do that, go and switch those signs before you really start doing that. And you say, okay, negative 6t squared minus 1 is negative 7t squared. And then 5t minus 2 plus 3t. And then negative 11, negative 4 minus 7. So another way to do that, you still need to distribute technically, but it's a little easier on the eyes without having to go back and forth on this side. So 2 ways to do that. If you guys, if I have unfortunately confused you more, please come see me. I would be glad to help you and explain it again or give you a different explanation. So if you need help,